Nuns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the baby. Look.
There's Xanathar, you've got Orcus, you've got Zuckmoy, and then you've got little Grungs.
No.
Don't know why they threw the Grungs in there, but
Well,
you know.
for fun. They're fun. They're little blazing.
Yeah, but yeah, freaking Orcus.
Rory, John, why is John is a dinosaur with a bra? Rory, just for an example for your food thing, you were talking about meal preps or like my very non-scheduled or ever planned dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I literally was stuck in a 4-foot snowdrift, so I came home and I made stir fry. And I think the reason why is a lot of Asian dishes are like is just kind of kitchen sinky, like whatever you have you can throw into it. So like I just literally took whatever noodles I had. I knew I had carrots, I had baby corn and celery, and then I had some barbecue pork left over from yesterday, which I chopped up, ginger, garlic, and green onion. And I made a stir fry.
Welcome.
I mean, like that's why. Sorry.
I said I have to adopt. I need to learn that combination.
I literally came home and I was like, "What do I have?" And so, like, that's my dinner, and that's honestly my dinner, like 90% of the time. Unless somebody has requested something in particular that they wanted, I will buy and or prep that kind of stuff. But I mean, for the most part, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants.
Wow.
Yeah, my lighting's acting weird tonight. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to go with it. And welcome to William and Tom. Good to see both of you on tonight. And of course, no GHA episode is complete without Vivi talking about food.
Oh, oops! I didn't know we were live.
Only for audio, not video yet, Vivi. You're okay.
Oh gosh. So to all the viewers, when my new character dies this episode, I will cry this time because I have 11 pages of backstory already written.
We'll give you a chance to reference that again because we will do player introductions here in a bit. And not only 11 pages, but what, 3 phone calls with me, I think, this week? Is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. All about, okay, so when he dies, how do you want me to obliterate him? And I was like, please, John, no. And he's like, well, I'm a player killer as well, so you watch your back, Josh.
No, that's not true at all. What I said was, I want to make sure his death is glorious. How would you like him to be eviscerated? And so we discussed the various directions that his spleen could go along with his intestines.
Jeez.
And
also, John, I think you might appreciate these, but I got some new centaur miniatures.
Ooh.
Come on. Focus, gosh.
I think Patrick Fraley just printed something kind of similar to that with his new resin printer. That's glorious. Look at that. Very cool.
They are gorgeous. I bought, how many are there? I got like a shaman. I got 2 bow women, or bow centaur women. I got 2 spear women, and then 3 like axe dudes. So
axe dudes.
8. So 8.
I'm coming, Evelyn. Prepare my bed. And your kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know. Did I tell you guys I got my ticket already? I'm coming in at like 2 p.m. the day before.
Nice. Very nice. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm just really starting to orient myself toward what needs to happen. There's so much that needs to happen, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
I bet. Jeez. Are you guys ready for the sleepover? For the cuddle session that of course is happening. And by cuddle session I mean it's just going to be Terry and I, but you all
wait,
you wish.
I want to cuddle with Terry.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Terry's mine. We've already talked about this. 2 friends in a room. They might kiss. The first time I ever saw Terry, that was the TikTok we made together. It was incredible.
Okay, so when you guys go to bed, if you guys wake up and there's a third, don't be surprised.
John, what are you doing here?
In your underwear. Your glitter bomb underwear.
No. I hear Terry now. Those aren't pillows. Sorry, Bibi, don't choke. Are you okay? All right, let's look at our sponsors quickly, shall we? Let's kick off. We haven't watched the GHA intro vid in a bit. Let's do that, shall we?
Bro, you still need to make a montage of all of the deaths that have happened in this book.
By deaths, do you mean just my face repeatedly?
Yes.
and
Evelyn's
Moria.
face.
And Moria, yeah.
Moria too, yes.
It's great. We've gotten Lesia. We've gotten Faelin. Is Faelin. And Liam
Welcome
sucks.
everyone to Blue Box. We are in Greyhawk Awakening, Book 2. This is episode 11 of 67, so there's a little bit of a rhyme there to be had. 67 total episodes, hard to believe. 11 in Book 2, so we are growing quickly in our episodes, and of course Anna B. Meyer's map is featured here. You like that new screen, Mystical? Thank you so much. Kristen, there will be no glitter bomb underwear to be had. None.
We'll be the ones to decide that.
Hey, Jeff, good to see you, Moose. Thanks for those pics today on the Discord. Those were crazy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thanks, Patrick. Hey, Josh. That's where we are now, the Great Kingdom. The once great city of rocks is now obliterated, covered in a strange, arcane bubble. Its fate unknown to all. Oh, the Order of Ulek. Such a nice place, but they fight all the time. Greyhawk Awakening. Welcome, my friends. All right, before we go to our live shot on video, let's talk about just a couple of our sponsors. We've not played Cozy Gamer a lot lately. Let's check out her stuff. Cozy Gamer. Whoops, wrong one. That was not Cozy.
Cozy
This is Cozy. Hey, good to see you, Thomas. Tim! You are ever mysterious, my friend. You need cozy dice. You know you want to be cozy. And then we'll play a couple others at the break, but let's just do one more. Mantic Games, makers of Terrain Crate, and of course, Kings of War. You know
Death
this
metal version of
rocks!
Cozy
Death metal
Gamer.
version, exactly.
Yes, Magic Games.
We have a new one coming from Cowboy Hobbs soon as well.
A new what?
Yeah.
Commercial.
Oh.
A new character. Oh, sorry.
Always a new character. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the end of this episode to send my description to her.
That's a smart
That's
idea.
pretty smart, yeah.
Don't die, NPC voices, please.
I would cry. Oh, I'd be so sad if this character dies.
Boom.
Those are so
That is
cool.
so dope.
Oh, I
All right,
love
here we go.
those.
We are live. Welcome. You are now both heard and seen here on Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening. We're going to go really quickly through this because one of the great pieces of feedback that we got recently was get to the games faster. So we're going to get this game really quick in just a couple of minutes. Plus, I think it's Vivi's short night, if I'm right. Yep. Okay.
Correct. And I need to leave a little bit earlier just because it's blizzarding and I need to make sure I can get to work on time.
Well, wouldn't blizzarding be an excuse not to get to work at all?
Not in Canada, no.
Okay. All right. Then
Anywhere else, yes. In Canada, they're like, where are you? You're late.
Let's jump quick. And I don't know why my camera looks like I'm blue tonight. I'm not even on that. Like, I do have a blue scene, this one here, but that's not the one I'm on. But for some reason, something funny's happening with my camera. We'll go with it.
Ooh, yes. I'm Taldar and handsome. Look at me. I'm Taldar. Look. Look at me, Riz, tonight.
And you look great as actually, that's a huge improvement for Taldar.
Thank you.
It really is. And then one more. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let's quickly talk about what happened last time. We'll do player introductions. We'll have a couple of giveaways that we'll announce tonight. We got some announcements also as well relating to our upcoming charity stream. It's going to be incredible for St. Jude's in mid-February, but we're going to jump right into this quickly. So let's start with the player introductions tonight. Introduce yourself, Vivi. Tell us about Rizia. Anything you'd like us to know about your socials or other projects you're working on, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Evie. You can find me at the DM's Quest on Instagram, and that's about it. That's where I lay. I have been blah, 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 blah. I've been kind of quiet on social media lately, just living my best life. Nothing really exciting going on with me. What am I doing? Oh, I'm also introducing my character. Rizia is a level 2, I think. I forgot my character sheet upstairs. I'm very unorganized today. She's a lover of melons, potentially a lover of Taldar and handsome. He's a very handsome man to look at, so I don't know. She shares her melons with those who she likes and trusts.
Wow. There it is. Boom. Our first innuendo 60 seconds into the actual conversations with Vivi. Incredible.
I mean, that's good for me considering. Usually I'd probably throw it in there a little bit earlier. But yeah, I think currently that's all Rizia has right now.
Great. Thank you, Rizia. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. Don, good to see you as well. Let's go to Anaho. Rory, if you could kind of move to the center of your screen just a touch. There you go. Tell us about Anaho and anything else you'd like us to know.
So Anaho is all of 2'11". He is quite old, although he looks charmingly young as a halfling. And he is quite skilled. And, he can take a punch or two. He hopefully is making some leeway with Taldar, because that's freaking hard. That's kind of him. He's loves the shadows and fine. He has a nice dagger, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really prepared for this today. I didn't know this was coming.
All right, let's go to the lovely Kristen. Go ahead, Kristen. Look at your Zoom, Josh.
Yep, I got it now. It took me a second. How much should I say? Hello, I'm Josh of NPC Voices. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and here on Twitch on my page as I stream on Monday nights for Children of Dirt. Me, Kristen, and Cowboy Hob, who does this amazing artwork. Hit her up. Her commissions are open. For not for long as my next character dies. But I'm playing Rasmus, who is a very new, hopefully, part of this party. So we'll see what happens with him.
All right. Well done. And then we'll talk more about the two main streams we have going here, which are, of course, Children of Dirt, and then Terry's brand new stream on his Machikidi channel. Let's go to Terry and tell us about Taldar.
Taldar is a level 1 human barbarian of great axe wielding, action oriented, not talkative, especially to city folk. And he's got a great smile when he does smile, but unfortunately we haven't seen it because there's been nothing to smile at. Poor Taldar. I'm Majigadi. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. Monday nights we have our wonderful stream, which we just lost a player and gained a player. So a bit of a shake-up there, which would be real exciting. And then I'm starting to stream map making on Wednesday nights, Wednesday evenings after basketball practice. So.
Nicely done. Thank you. And Elora.
Hello, everyone. I am Evelyn. I'm Theater Evie. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Theater Evie. I'm on Blue Box a lot. I'm also on Machakidi's Monday night stream. I play Alora. She is a level 1 plant domain druid who likes to talk to trees and is a little bit in her own space and kind of exists in conversation when things interest her, and that's about it.
And you are always humble, but you're such a huge part of what we do here, and you're super active in our Discord, and thank you for all your effort. I'm changing my lighting in here because I look so dark. That looks a little bit better. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Quickly give us a summary of what happened last time.
All right, so last time we started off in combat with some bugbears. Faelin was taking the crit that he had previously taken at the end of the session before, which that was resolved at the beginning of last session. And he lost a leg and bled out. And so Taldar and Horacia finished off the last two bugbears in their most impressive barbarian ways. And there was kind of, a little bit of discussion about what should be done with Phelan's body, and everyone decided to just kind of leave him there. And so he was given...
Which is the same thing they did to Moria. This party is kind of heartless.
He was given a rose, and the party continued on. Though Lucky did try to join the party. He had followed them from Relastra, and basically Lucky was sent back to Relastra because they were worried that he was going to cause too much noise and possibly get himself eaten along the way. So yeah, the dog was sent back. Whether or not he goes back is a whole other thing. Laura had a conversation with a tree. Yep, that was the thing that happened. She did get some information that there had been some riders the day previous, and shared that with the rest of the party. And we learned a little bit about Taldar. He actually had shared some stuff about himself, which is like a big moment for him. It was the most information he's really freely shared since ever. Then we were sitting around campfire. And we were having a bit of a discussion about like everybody. Taldar was trying to get everybody to kind of talk about themselves a bit. And then there was a strange cloaked man that appeared to Anaho, and he initially spoke in common to Anaho, but then they changed into some language that nobody understood other than the two of them, of course. They conversed for a while, and then that figure sort of vanished. Which then led to the appearance of a stranger who introduced himself as Rasmus, and who had been apparently hunting this mysterious cloaked figure. And there was a bit of tension that arose in the party, not knowing if they could trust this new stranger, but kind of eventually settled down, and that's sort of where we ended last time. Yeah.
All right, well done as always. And I do want to clear, they call me Tim's name. Pat66 said that this has increased tenfold in danger since I adopted Tim's tables. That is actually not true. I have always had, these are the old ones, you guys have seen these a few times, these are my Middle-earth role-playing Ironcrown Enterprises tables, which are every bit as deadly. Tim's are just more creative. They have more detail on the ways you are eviscerated, bled out, and absolutely destroyed, whereas these were still quite deadly, and I have them on hand. I like to use them still sometimes. All right. With that said, thank you, everyone. Oh, Kristen, already. Rasmus, you have 2 advantages preemptively, which actually, with the suspicion the party was greeting you with, that probably helps. And we're going to jump into the game tonight, but last thing I want to say is thank you again, everyone, for all your support. And please note, we do have a huge fundraiser coming up on February 18th, 19th, and 20th for St. Jude Children's Hospital. We have supported this now now for 3 years. We've done some independent streams here on Blue Box, and we've done the collaborative streams with Lord Gazumba. We have all kinds of all-star cast for each of these. We got Lord Gazumba, of course, Lawful Stupid, Praetor's Rejects, Wicked Studios, Time Lord's Wife, sponsored by Troll Lord Games, Castles Entertainment. Just a great group of folks that are going to be with us. I think Wily Hobbit is in there as well. And so make sure you mark your calendar. We'll be live on Blue Box on that Saturday the 19th from 2 to 6. And so Lawful Stupid will raid into us, and then we'll raid into Jay. And you are not going to want to miss that Blue Box stream on the 19th. We have an incredible cast that will be joining us. So with all that said, we begin tonight. Episode 11 of 66, Greyhawk Awakening, Book 2. You all sit around the fire, and we pick up the conversation that we left with last time, as this newcomer who came right behind the strange robed figure that had discourse with the Halfling, and then said he had followed for some short period of time. Tense moments around the fire. It is warm. It is a warm summer's eve. Both moons are up in Faelin. You're far enough from the coast you can no longer smell the salt, but there is a wind that blows softly through the trees. It's a temperate evening, and as you sit around the fireside and the fire crackles, all eyes turn one toward another, and we pick up where we left off last time.
So last time we left off with Rizia and Rasmus taking first watch and everyone else was heading to bed, correct?
Correct.
Cool. Then Rasmus will kind of climb back to the perch that he was silhouetted in the moments before. And just will get up there and hold his crossbow on his lap. And will look down at you, Rizia.
She kind of just looks at you, giving you the eyebrow, like, I'm assuming you're going to stay up there?
Yes, I mean, for one, it would probably make the party, the group, more relaxed to have the newcomer a bit further off, as well as I'm at the higher vantage point, so I can get an eye on things around. And if someone approaches from my back, then I'll be the one to die versus others in the camp.
Can't have you dying so soon. You just got here.
And
so she'll reluctantly, she doesn't trust Rasmus quite yet. She doesn't like that he has a vantage point on top of the group, just in case. Very reluctantly, and you could tell that she's visibly annoyed. Climbs up and parks herself right beside him.
You see the half-orc, and she's quite stout. As she scrabbles up the rock, you hear pebbles falling below. Others, as they bed down, the chirps of the forest and the gleaming of the moons, contrasting with the warm ambience of the fire, which has its smoke winding up into the night sky. And it's interesting to see this quite stout half-orc woman. She scrabbles up the rock quite adeptly, showing remarkable dexterity, and quickly she's standing right in front of you.
Okay.
How tall is this? Oh, sorry. How tall is this hill?
It's like 10. It's like 10 feet. It's
okay, so I could jump down if I needed to. Okay.
Yep.
I'm guessing you wouldn't take it, but in the moments where you're kind of within arm's reach, he would lean down with his right arm and kind of offer it.
Yeah, like, she would just kind of look at you and like almost like swat your hand away and like continue to just climb up.
I think so.
And then she'll kind of like sit at the edge, kind of feet hanging off the edge of the thing, perched, arms, like our elbows kind of resting on her thighs, just looking around.
Rasmus will be sitting crisscross with the kind of crossbow right on his lap, not with a bolt in, but just a bolt that resting on top of the string so that if he needs to put it back and drop the bolt in, then he can, but otherwise it's not loaded.
You see this readiness in him, but no threatening. I'm sorry, go ahead, Taldar. You say something? Oh.
Taldar, what did you want to say? Taldar. So
that's what he's saying. He's sleeping.
Rasmus will look over to you, Rizia, and just with that same kind of grin he's had this whole time, just very, very Gimbal-like, very just like relaxed, chill, with that gleam in his eye. Not as hardcore mob boss as Gimbal, but he's just leaning on his crossbow a bit, cross-legged, and just looks at you, and you can see that his right eye is like a milky white, as if either through chemical burn or through just cataract. Yeah, cataract. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, his left eye is brown and his right eye is white. And he just smiles and looks at you. And so, what is your name again? I'm Rasmus. Sorry, I did not formally introduce myself to you, but to the group. What is your name?
And she's still like looking straight, like she won't look at you. She's just looking straight and kind of scanning. Rasmus. Your name is Rasmus?
Oh. Yes, my name is Rasmus. I was worried for a second that your name was Rasmus as well. Definitely. Never had that happen before.
And again, just that like kind of glaring look, like she's just like, okay. My name's Rizia. You can call me Riz.
Oh.
And she's she has her axe out and she's kind of just cleaning the blade as she's talking to you. There's still lots of blood on it from our previous fight, so she's just kind of cleaning all that out, polishing it as much as she can.
As he looks over and sees you cleaning it, he'll kind of lean, not like over your shoulder, but kind of lean across to get a better look at the head of the axe. What was that?
Have you never seen an axe before?
I do not mean the axe, I mean the blood upon the axe. What did you fell with it? What beast?
Bugbears.
Ooh. How many did you take? You're big, you're strong, so it seems, adept at climbing, so you're good physical strength. How many were there?
And she'll like take a break from like cleaning her axe and just look over at his weapon.
Oh, which one?
The one that you're holding on your that you're holding on your lap.
Okay.
Sorry, my first anachronism, I had a Mad Max moment, in Thunderdome when he's pulling out all the weapons and throwing them on the counter. It's like, which one?
Yeah, which one? She looks over. Is there any blood on your weapons at all?
No, there would not be blood on the crossbow visibly, just the crossbow itself has nicks and cuts, and everything I'm wearing looks used.
Okay. She'll look over at your weapon that you have on your crossbow that you have on your lap, and then she'll return to cleaning her blade. More than you, by the looks of it.
Sadly, that is true as of late. Haven't been able to get my hunts quite yet, but hopefully I will be able to track the creature down that I earlier talked about.
And what creature is that?
He puts his hands up. A humanoid of sorts, that's as much as I know. All I know is they've been taking souls, and personally I do
quickly,
not like it that much.
Rizia, roll d20, please.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, which one do I want? Okay, I'll take this one. 18 plus?
8, so it's a base 18?
18,
okay.
yeah.
Wow, okay,
Just
all right.
a straight roll.
Yeah, so as he holds up his hands, and let me show here again on the cam. Let me pull the cam back just a little bit for a better angle. So here in the encampment, we have the newcomer, Rasmus, sitting kind of leaning up against the stone. We have Rizia, and when I'm describing her as stout, Pat, I'm not saying she's stout in the sense of large in abdomen, that she is strong. She's got wide shoulders, big arms. She has a strength to her that is quite impressive. And the rest of the party, they all sit below by the fireside. Rizia, when he holds up his hands and makes this motion, you see something that catches your eye. It might be a trick of light. It might be something with the ambience of the fire as it conflicts with the moons and the soft summer air. But you could swear you see something black come across. He's got a glove on here, but right beneath where the glove is, there's some exposed skin. You see something that looks like a black sinuous movement, and then it vanishes.
She'll make note of it, but she won't say anything at the time. So let me get this straight. You haven't killed anything in a while. You are hunting something of which you don't know what it is, and you haven't found it yet.
I have killed a couple things as of late, just not the hunt specific that I have been tracking. I do not know what this is as of yet. I haven't had a lot of chances to be able to watch it for long, because like you saw, it just disappears. But this is the first time that I've been able to track it to an individual that it knows. So that is good. Things are looking up. As he smiles.
And she's going to take look around her, see if there's like a small, like a good sized, decent sized rock and or pebble, something. Can I find something?
Oh, of course, yeah. There are rocks everywhere. Of course you can.
And the next character's dead.
I told you have to come back as a barbarian. If not, we'll kill you. Just kidding. So she'll look over to Rasmus, and she'll hold up this like little rock. If you're going to stay with us, let's test your skills. How well can you shoot that thing?
Oh, he was starting to put the crossbow to the side, and then he's like,
"Okay," and she'll take it and she'll like chuck it, like chuck the rock to see if he can shoot it.
Okay. I will be using one of Chris's advantages for this, because dear heavens, I need this to go well. This is like
imagine epic fail.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. It reminds me that we've all seen that meme on Instagram. It's like my character, as I imagine him, it's these three dragons, right? And the first one looks awesome, and then my character, as I roll him up, and and then my character, when I role play him, and he looks really goofy.
It's just the derp.
Exactly.
Storm Power, I was thinking about throwing the melon, but we must not waste melons.
No, Donald, the melons must be preserved.
Hence why I found a rock instead.
Okay, that is going to be... Because I technically do not have any base attack bonus, so I just add my dexterity, which is 0. So that comes out to a flat 18.
Okay. And what did you you threw what in the air? A rock?
I just threw a little rock, or like something about like this size or whatever ish. I just wanted to test his skills to see.
I'm gonna say.
Please.
I'm gonna say it's a glancing blow, but yes, ping. It hits the stone, not quite dead square in the air, but it does.
And you can see he's disappointed with this. You can see.
And by the way, everyone else is still awake. This has not been late enough for people to be asleep, so you're hearing all of this, and anyone can be like, "This is not a party split here." So.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody was sleeping.
Yeah, same.
No, it's not been that long.
Well,
that was his first watch.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I guess if everybody's awake, she'll look. Talda, are you sleeping or are you awake?
you're muted.
Because John told me I'm awake. I'm awake.
No,
You can choose. I'm just saying you're not by default asleep as to what I'm trying to say.
Taldar would have crashed immediately. It was a busy day for him.
Cool. I'm like, John's just like one less person to see my embarrassment.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, thank you, Biggie Paw.
Thank you, Toriano.
Thank you.
Anaho, are you awake? Or are you sleeping?
I'm awake.
Awake? Okay.
No.
And then, Alora, are you awake or just sleeping? She's sleeping. Okay. So with that, she'll kind of look down at Anaho, just being like, I guess he can stay. And she'll kind of she'll look over at you.
And you see he's kind of frustrated.
Not too bad, but like you said, you haven't really killed anything in a while. So
I'm definitely a bit better with the sword, but as of right now, most times I've had to try and keep my distance for obvious reasons.
What's your opinion on melons?
He was just kind of like reaching up his right arm as he was pulling his crossbow back, trying to checking the string, but then he looks over at you and he kind of blushes slightly.
Don't worry, you're not my type.
Ooh.
And then she'll reach in and she'll like pull out like a melon.
Oh,
like
geez.
melons.
Oh, I will eat anything and everything if it is on hand. I do not care. I love food.
She'll take the melon and like crack it open on her knee and then hand him some.
And like we'll taste a little bit and then we'll scoop 2 fingers in to taste it. Is it good?
Of course it's good.
Yeah, it's actually it's delectable. There's a richness to the flavor, something you're unfamiliar with, but yes, it's very, very good.
It's chef's kiss. Delicious.
Where in the 9 hells did you get this? As he's gonna like eat more and more of it until it's like the anime style where he's just like eating through it as quickly as possible.
The place I got it from could be described as the 9 hells. Rolostra.
You know of the city.
Yep.
Anaho, you're hearing all this. Are you doing anything? You said you're awake, or are you just listening quietly?
Just listening for the time being. It's a good conversation and good information for a guy who doesn't know what he's hunting and can't shoot a rock.
Yeah. As you say what you said, he stops eating the melon, and I do know Relostra. It is a demon city, a city of dangers, of creatures. I don't like it.
Neither do I.
How strong would you say you are?
I don't know, fairly strong, I guess. Compared to what?
He will set the melon aside. I'd love to arm wrestle you. Call it my imagination, or just willing to check a box. But I would love to arm wrestle you. You seem like you could crush a melon between your thighs alone.
And she'll look down at Anaho and just say, like, "Okay, like, do you mind keeping watch for a hot second while I just make a fool out of this man?"
Yeah.
It'll be quick. I'll be
I'll
made a
watch,
fool.
and I'll give you a gold if you crush his arm.
Fair. Deal.
All right, so two quick asides before this all goes down. One, I don't think I've ever had a group beat the death out of a joke as hard as we've beaten the death out of melons, but we absolutely have driven that horse to the ground. Secondly, I think every time arm wrestling has taken place in one of my campaigns, it's always been because I kind of encouraged it as a DM. I don't think I've ever actually had it incented by a player, so carry on.
Okay, so what do we roll for strength?
Yeah, so what you're going to both do is you're going to roll D20 and then tell me how much you beat. Let's do it this way. Roll D20, add your strength bonus. And I'm going to say, to be realistic with this, let's double the strength bonus. If you have a +2, it becomes +4. If you have a +3, it becomes +6. If you have +0, it's 0.
Okay. Go ahead, Josh.
I'm using one of Biggie Paw's advantages.
All right, so if you each...
I did. Oh,
and you have advantage from
Kristen just
D&D.
gave me an advantage, so I'm going to use it too. As
Yep,
well.
of course.
All right.
There it is.
So,
Gosh, dang it.
all right, so you're both with advantage. You find your spot atop the rock. And
Thank you, Kristen.
Come on.
thank you, Kristen. Kristen will be one of our players on our Greyhawk Awakening and Lord Gazumba charity stream for Blue Box and St. Jude's on the weekend of the 18th to the 20th. Kristen will be with us. All right, so you both...
Reveal.
No, wait. So you both, you kind of lay down on the rock. You see this happening, Anaho, and... it's kind of quizzical for you as you watch up. Like, it's just a very odd thing for these two humanoids to be doing. But as they do so, you see they clasp hands, and there's a bit of determination in each visage. And tell me what the rolls were.
I rolled 24.
21.
Did you really at 21?
Yeah, 21.
Wow. Good rolls, both of you. There's a bit of a surprising struggle. As you looked at him, Rizia, he did not look of any strength. But again, as he's gripping your arm, you briefly see what looks like something ebony flash across his wrist. And there's an infusion of strength, but it is not enough. And you power him down, slam his arm against the rock. A little puff of dust and moss flies off. You hear a giggle from beneath. Sounds a bit like a 2'11" halfling.
Looks like I won't be giving you that gold after all, Rizia. His arm doesn't look crushed.
Hey, she did her best to be able to do so.
We still need him.
He'll pull out a gold. He'll definitely deserve that. You are strong.
I come from a big family. Arm wrestling was something we did all the time.
No way. How many brothers or sisters?
Maybe for another time. I don't know if I quite trust you yet.
That is fine. That makes sense. Thank
She
you for humoring.
As you notice, like, you're talking, the gold piece is already gone before you can even see. Like, it's already gone. Like, as soon as you put it down, it's gone already.
Oh.
And she'll just... that thing on your arm. That black stuff.
My chainmail or my...
And she'll kind of show... she'll show, like, kind of point to the spot that he has it that was showing.
I'll look at both. I don't quite trust you yet either. That'll be for another time.
And as you say that, she'll pull her sleeve down and show you the glyph that's on her hand. And maybe I'll explain this another time then.
The one that Teldar has as well. Like I said, have you tried scraping the skin off? I don't know what level of a sidru or a symbol that it is, but I know for my low level I'm able to leave a similar sigil on people. But if they scrape it off, it goes away.
I can almost guarantee that I will not be able to scrape this off.
That makes sense.
Well, I guess we should get back to what we're supposed to be doing then.
Yes, of course.
Yes, do the two of you have watched now? I am getting tired. Or, Rasmus, do the things at night scare you?
Not at all. Well, I mean, yes and no. I'm scared, but that's why I'm alive. So, I stay even in the fear. You know, like, it is as it goes.
That is sad. I'm going to go over here.
Good night.
All right. Anything else this evening that anyone is doing? All right. The night passes, and let's see on our random encounter chart if it is uneventful or not.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know, random encounters are a thing, so.
And a red dragon.
No, they're all topical to. How'd you know, Josh? That's great. No, that's okay. Right, so soon, the night ends. And the day dawns, the warm summer sun comes over the horizon. chirping of the birds, stirring of the trees. The breeze picks up a bit. The flitting of the daytime insects. Each of you stir in the early morning hours. I'll let any of you tell me what you're doing in terms of your breaking of camp or anything else you want to do before you set off for the day.
For myself, it'll just be fairly simple. Already up, already looking around, cleaning up or have cleaned up, and then just paying attention, going over to... Nope, not going over to anyone. Just kind of watching to see what everyone's doing at this time.
Yeah, so as you look around, there were really no passers-by during the evening. You heard some coyotes and small animals that moved around the forest, but nothing else of concern. And you see the stirring of Taldar and the strange-looking druid and the rest of the party as they all awaken. The embers of the fire still glow, just casting a wan smoke into the blue sky.
Sorry, that being said, I will go around just checking the perimeter. I know you said there's very little noise animals throughout the night, but still nonetheless, I'll scout out a little ways from the group while they finish packing up.
All right, so they came from the east, headed west. You're going to scout which direction?
Presuming we're still going the same direction we were, west, north.
It's a west, which will tilt north, yes.
Okay, I'll scout west a little bit, go ahead a little bit, but also keep a mind on any kind of higher ground that might have an advantage on us, but basically just heading down the path.
Well, there's a rock escarpment here. You should be able to see it on the screen. It's not difficult for you to climb. You're going to stay atop that?
Yeah, I'll just follow that a ways so that I get a better view of what we're going to be walking into later.
Yeah, you can follow that a good, let's see how far that is. Whoops, wrong one. You can follow that a good about 60, 70 feet or so. And that'll give you a nice vantage point across the path. Is that what you're going to do? All right, so you're walking up there. What's everyone else doing?
Rizia will kind of meet up with Rizia will meet up with Taldar and kind of just tell him, like, give him the lowdown of the new guy. He seems to be able to shoot an arrow, but he hasn't killed anything in a while, and apparently he doesn't know what he's searching for, and also hasn't found it yet.
And of course, he is standing, roughly 10 to 15 feet away. So
that's fine. She is not like trying to be quiet at all. Like,
all right. So for our viewers, let me help you quickly. I'm sorry, real quickly, Tom. I'm going to shine the light here. So this is the newcomer, Rasmus, depicted here. Yes, it took him 10 sessions to realize that his mini is holding a guitar, but this is Taldar. And then here we have Elora, our druid, and here we have Rizia, our half-orc barbarian.
Taldar, look at Rizia. I don't like him.
Well, me either, but extra hands are always nice, especially if they keep dropping like they have been.
I suppose you're right. And Taldar will just start moving towards the path.
Rizia will follow.
Okay, so that was rather unceremonious, and he walks right past the remaining embers, gets back on the path. Rizia follows behind, leaving Elora and Rasmus still behind in the encampment as we have Anaho scouting ahead.
Rasmus will be all ready to go, but he'll kind of walk over towards Elora and do you need any help cleaning things up or anything? Are you ready to go?
She'll just kind of look at him for a moment, make sure the fire is completely out, and then follow after Taldar and Rizia.
Wonderful. Love the energy this morning.
Yeah, so
you got stone cold by Laura. That's amazing.
You ain't a tree, dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move to you, Anaho. As you move along the rocky outcropping, you look ahead on the path, and it extends for some miles. You do see a small trail of dust. Looks like no more than perhaps a man and a horse or a mule might cast along the path. Maybe a half mile ahead.
That looks like the dust cloud is coming towards us, or like it's dissipating.
Yeah, so it's not difficult. You don't have to make a roll. You stand and watch for a moment. You hear the voices of your comrades, a bit of jest coming from behind you, and as their footsteps approach, it looks like it is a rider and or someone with a horse or wagon moving slowly in your direction.
Oh, so I'll just take a sit. I'll sit down at the edge of the rock, legs hanging over, tiny little legs hanging over, and as the group approaches, just lean down or look down to probably Taldar and Rizier being in front, and well, it looks like the path goes on, but it also looks like someone is coming this way. Now, if you'd like, I can go forward. Otherwise, it's a pretty good vantage point from up here. Or, Taldar, would you rather just avoid them? I know we saw horse tracks. I don't know if this is one of them.
When you say avoid him, Taldar chuckles, and he just pulls out his axe and keeps walking forward.
That's what I thought. And I'll scurry real quickly forward to that 60-foot mark and just find a good spot there as the group continues their path, or at least as Taldar continues his path.
Okay. All right. Everyone else?
Rizia will follow suit with Taldar.
Following as well.
All right. And you, Rasmus?
Well, I'm following the lead of Lord Taldar.
All right. As you move silently along the path, you see the halfling stands atop the outcropping, and you're the first one to note this. As it gets closer, it's not a wagon, it's not a horse. You see two figures, Anaho, and between them floats what looks like a bed, or you wouldn't know the term stretcher, but there is something laid out horizontally floating between these two figures, and they are both clothed in complete black.
Like, actually not touching, they're not holding handles, it's actually floating between them?
It's difficult to tell. They're still a good 300 yards away, but that's kind of what it looks like to you, yes.
Wow. And I'll tilt my face Taldar again and Rizia. I don't know what is coming. Don't know that it much matters, but they're wearing black, and it's hard to tell from this distance. But it looks like the object they have is floating. Not being carried, but it's hard to tell. They're still a good couple hundred feet away. So,
as Anaho is speaking, almost without consciousness, he begins to whisper, and you note it seems as though the birds begin to grow silent. All the wildlife, the chirping, everything begins to grow still.
Rizia will stop and turn to Alora. I'm not really in one with nature, and that seems odd.
It is odd. I don't like it.
Has Rasmus encountered situations like this in the past?
No. But in fact, I would go back to Alora and have you make a knowledge nature check, please.
All right.
these don't look like the beings I saw in the city, right, John?
As you look more closely, I mean, again, all clad in black.
Yeah.
But yes, they do.
I would recommend we move. Not good. Not good. And I'm clearly uneasy by this. Not happy with this.
All right, everyone else?
It's a 17.
A 17. Yes, you, without even trying to speak to anything, you sense there is an unrest within nature all around you. Small bugs flit inside holes, winged creatures move inside the boughs of trees. Even the trees themselves seem to close in. The wind stills a bit. There is something unnatural that passes ahead. You have not felt this before, but it is clearly not meant to exist.
Whatever that is, it's not right and it's not natural.
Eldar, if you trust as fiber in my body, I don't know if you saw these in the city. You won't want to see these now.
John, real quick.
Yes.
These are the ones we came across as a group.
No, you don't know what's because only Anaho has seen them thus far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you don't know
It's
what
those
he's
ones.
speaking of.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He came across them, not the rest of you.
Gotcha. And Anaho is gonna look at Anaho. Then he's just gonna look back to the path. We've got a job to do. We do our job.
Not everything is done through muscle, Daldar. Just remember that in 5 minutes.
Just be prepared.
And I'll lift my crossbow, but you better believe I'm going to be on the outskirts.
All right, so you move to the side in the outskirts. Taldar is plowing forward, striding confidently along the road, heading west from the city of Relastra. Anyone else doing anything differently as you see Anaho give warning and then move back away from the road?
Rizia will be right behind Taldar with her great axe drawn as well.
Okay.
Twinsies.
Rasmus will have his round shield on his left arm and have his hand resting on the pommel of his longsword. But right as he can, like, after hearing all this, and he's actually gotten super quiet through all this. He was super charismatic, super, like, out there and talkative, but now has gone deadly silent. And once he gets a look on these creatures, I would like to make a monster lore check to figure out if he's read about these, if he's known about these creatures, if whatever.
Yeah, okay. All right. As the party moves forward, with an unthreatening gait, you see ahead of you on the road, just casting up a little bit of dust. It looks at first like one figure, but occasionally as they move out of sync, you see there are two figures, one trailing behind the other. They each are clothed in full black robes, look like the habits of nuns, pulled down low. Their hands are walking slowly by their sides, or moving slowly by their sides, holding nothing. But when they occasionally move out of sync, you can see it looks like there is a body being carried on a stretch of leather that seems to float between them. As they grow closer, they make no threatening moves. They make no acknowledgement. Even Taldar's bulk looming in the middle of the road, they stay on the right side of the road, and they just continue to walk forward.
Would I be able to roll for like a perception or something just to see if I could see what's on the stretcher?
Sure, you can do that. And then we had the monster check happening for Rasmus, so please make that roll as well. Anaho, you have seen these before. You know, as it gets closer, this is thank you, Patrick. Thanks, everyone. I've not been interacting with the chat a whole lot tonight, but thanks so much, everybody. We appreciate all the support. You guys are the best. We're going to go to break here in a minute. We got a couple of giveaways to do tonight. We got some major announcements coming with our huge streams. Great one tomorrow night coming as well. And then, of course, the big charity stream coming up. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that, my friend. We got a hype train close on the way. You guys are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, rolls, please.
I see a floating stretcher. Ew.
And I'll give you. How bad was your roll? What was it?
I rolled a 2.
It was a nat 2.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's not even plus my whatever.
Yeah, which
perception.
is not. It's not a whole lot.
5,
yeah.
so like
yeah.
7.
So 7. Yeah. You see a floating stretcher. Occasionally, you catch a glimpse of what looks like pallid flesh, white skin beneath these hooded cloaks. Oh, thank you, Zach. Let's go. Appreciate that so much for all the subs, the gift subs. What was your roll, Josh?
22.
22. You have never seen, but you have heard. These are Nuns of the Night. Not K-N-N-I-G-H-T, or Night Nuns, or sometimes called Dark Nuns. They are associated with a burgeoning religion that is growing across the Flyness, but particularly here in the Great Kingdom. They are wicked and evil in extreme, and as they get closer, you can see their faces beneath the cloaks, and there is a sense of foreboding, an evil ambience that surrounds them, and you can see the figure as their yellowish eyes peer up from beneath their habits. There's looks like a man, twisted, spine broken, arms bound behind him, clearly dead. Long locks of blonde hair, bedraggled and bloodied around the stretcher, and they simply look up at you with malevolence, but they say no words, and can you continue to move along the road. Taldar, you encounter them first.
Taldar will pay them no mind if they are not acting aggressive, and will continue moving forward.
Okay. They move past. As they get, they walk right past Rizia. As they get to Alora, the one in the front pauses a moment. And she lifts her head, and these strange eyes look at you.
You follow the wrong path, heretic. Nature will not save you. Repent. The time is nigh.
She turns her head back down. If you say nothing, she says nothing more. She turns and keeps walking. Then they stop as they reach Rasmus. And again, they look up. And this time, everything goes still.
You. Huh. Born with the sign. You know the truth. It's in your blood. Why do you travel with these?
I am sorry, dear sister. I do not know you. We are currently on the path heading forward, and I do not have time to chat. But blessings upon you. Oh.
She hears your words. All of you, are you guys you keep walking, or any of you stopping to watch this, or just keep moving and leave him alone with these?
Taldar keeps walking.
All right, you guys, as you all keep moving down the road.
Anaho is going to keep an eye on them. He doesn't want to be by them. He's encountered them, but he is keeping an eye on them.
All right. So are you staying close enough to hear or just keeping an eye on them?
Yeah, 30-ish, 35 feet, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to ask, and please don't cheat the system here, I'm going to ask Evelyn, Terry, and Vivi to remove your headsets. Only Josh and Rory will hear this.
Do that.
Freak. Okay.
The nun continues her penetrating gaze as she looks at you. She says,
Are you sure you want to play games with this? This is no time to play games, Son of Darkness.
What have the most recent signs of the great event been?
The mother. The mother. She comes. Oh, wait. Ask your friend. He calls to me now. I hear his voice. Oh, yes. I hear his voice. Oh. But your friend listens. I'll let you keep your secret. But don't tarry long.
I think there's a flaw in his plan because he doesn't know there's a.
and if you say no more, she turns and they begin to walk back down the road. Any more?
Dear sister, what happened to him? As he will gesture to the body. What was that?
This a heretic sought to channel the light to fight what comes. This is the fate of all heretics.
Understood.
I knew you would.
And they move along the road, leaving Erasmus standing by himself in the road as the rest of his party has traveled further along. Giving the signal here. You said there was a flaw in my plan. Were you guys able to hear that, or were you just talking about the chat putting things in there as the flaw in my plan?
Who said flaw in the plan?
I thought
I was listening. I was
Vivi
singing
did.
to myself.
Okay, I thought Vivi did.
What? Sorry?
I thought you said there was a flaw in the plan.
Oh, because I didn't realize my mic was still on, but the flaw in the plan was I'm like, how is he going to let us know how to put our headphones back on? Because we can't hear anything. So I was just sitting here, I was like, there's a flaw in
There's
the plan.
never a flaw in my plan.
We're all just sitting here like, do.
Only Anaho overhears the conversation. Anaho, as Rasmus begins to move forward to catch up. And by the way, thank you so much, Level 4 Hype Train. You guys are the best. We appreciate all of you, all of our mad chatters. We have a couple of giveaways we're doing tonight. One I have, where did I put it? It's right here. Here we go. We have one of these really cool black BlueBoxRPG caps. Brand new. These things are slick as snot. You want one of these. And then we're going to do
snot.
we're going to do another, we'll announce the second giveaway after the break, which we're going to go to here in a moment. But before we go to break, any further comments from Anaho or from Erasmus as you catch up with the rest of the group?
Anaho, I would love it if you made a insight check, or whatever the equivalent is in 3.5 as Rasmus approaches. If that's okay, John.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I like that.
So as you approach the group,
As you're watching him and as they kind of walk past, and he would move onward.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I'm off.
Yeah, you're about 30 feet ahead up on the rocks, but he can see you.
So sense motive?
Yeah.
Sure, I will do that. And why not? I'll use my advantage.
Oh, jeez.
Because I need it. We know this. Yep, told you. So 15.
I'll let you make the call, Josh.
As you can see almost the full process of once the nuns move on, you see the look of kind of the kind smile fade and then just anger and frustration and then sadness. But as he begins to approach and kind of looks up from the path and he sees you, he like gets that smile back on his face and hello, Anaho, correct?
Perhaps, but yes. What was that?
Some nuns. They are known as Nuns of the Night or Night Nuns. They are connected to a dark religion that is sprouting up within especially the Great Kingdom. They're dangerous, sickly, scary, and very dark and mysterious.
Yes, I have
It is
met them
better to
before.
avoid.
Looks like I'm not the only one that has met them before. Seems like you have a history with them.
I personally do not. I have actually never come in contact with Night Nuns in my life.
Never.
Nope, but I've heard of them. That is why I know of them. They did not give me a pamphlet or anything. I just... I've heard of them, thankfully.
So tell me, Rasmus.
Yes.
And I'll wave my hand as in like, we probably also got to catch up because I also have short legs. So I'll wave my hand like, hey, let's get walking. Tell me, Rasmus. Should I call you Rasmus? Or should I call you Son of the Darkness around the rest of the group?
You can call me whatever you wish, whatever will make you the most comfortable. But I'm honest. I have never met them. And my name is Rasmus.
Just know, perhaps you're not the only one with dark stuff in the closet.
And that's my Anaho. We do need to get to talk about that sometime. Once I have done my side of the job in helping you guys do whatever it is you are actually doing. I don't actually know what we are going to do.
Yeah.
As they're walking to catch up with the group.
All right. As you hustle to catch up with the rest of the group, again, heading for all of our fans and for the reminder for our players, moving west along this road from Willastra, you have now emerged from the rocky structures into the forested areas, and the road slopes to the northwest toward the small town of Erinhand as you head north through Arity lands. Far to the north, a great journey ahead of you into the northern provinces and up into the mountains, the Rakers, where you have been called. And as you move along this road slowly, inexorably, it feels like there is something strange at every hand. But you now have a new companion, questionable in nature. We shall see how well he proves to be worthy. Sorry, Josh. Of being a companion. We have a couple of giveaways to do after the break. Thank you again for the level 4 hype train. Thank you for all of our viewers and followers. We'll talk about a couple of our announcements, including this amazing charity stream we have coming up in February. You're not going to want to miss this. There will be Dragons Greyhawk Mega Stream fundraiser event for St. Jude's, and Blue Box will be right back. Stay with us. Don't leave. Mics will stay hot on the break, as always.
Pee break.
I hate you. Laura. Freaking Laura. Gosh. It's got an effing uphill battle.
It's kind of true. It is, isn't it?
And it makes sense. Like, I'm yes. Complaining, but I'm also like, this completely makes sense with everything the party has already gone through. Like,
no, I think it does. I think it makes sense with what the party's gone through. I think it makes sense with you and your PC and his nature and all we've discussed, and we shall see how it all shakes out. I have no desire to slay another of your PCs, but yes, it would not make any sense for them to just welcome this stranger on the road as some sort of bosom buddy after all they've been through. So,
especially now. Jeez. Gosh dang, this poor boy. I love him so much. I love him so, like, if he survives long enough, I hope to love him as much as Brim. Like, is my con 20? I freaking wish. I wish my con was 20, because then I'd have a higher, like, health. No, my con is a 16.
Thank you for the follow, Goblin Wars. Thank you again, Tracy, for the bits. Renreb for the bits. I missed that earlier. Thank you, my friend. Just going back through the chat here because I got kind of... gifted sub to MJ. Thank you for that, Zach. Super cool. Thank you, Vamp Wickman, for the bits as well. And hopefully you're all tracking all of those. Robert, I already called out. Canadian Ancient Gamer. Incredible support from the community tonight. So thankful. And we've got some gaming left to be had. Thank you, Goblin Wars, new follower, first time chatter. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. So Skylar's cooking. Skylar's cooking supper tonight.
Yo, that's awesome.
I found out the key. So for years, he's been washing dishes.
Yeah.
So I said, you cook, I wash dishes.
Anyhow,
No.
found that faster than a toad on the lily pad.
Sometimes. Tonight is because I'm here and then Becca is at the gym, so by default, he got stuck with cooking.
Ah, gotcha. Is he a good cook?
I haven't died. It's not bad. It's actually like, you could say like, novice, mediocre. It never tastes really bad. But it's just not like if he's been cooking for 6 months. So
his cooking's probably the same level as mine right now.
probably.
Probably. I'm proud of him.
And none of us compared to Vivi, so I mean.
Yeah, Vivi, she's goddess.
Yeah,
among them.
clearly not. Vivi is the master chef.
She walks
among
into the
us.
kitchen and just hand grabs the noodles and throws them onto her plate, and suddenly they're cooked. Grabs carrots, throws them on the plate, and they're already sliced. I don't know how she does it.
Magic.
Cheating the system.
Too bad she just came back, but anyways.
Yeah, we should stop talking about her.
What? Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
And before we come back, let's go quickly and talk again about BlueBoxCon coming up here
BBC.
in May. It is
BBC.
right around the corner. And of course, we have this incredible promo video courtesy of our own Rory, BlueBoxCon, coming up May 13th through 15th. Register now on Tabletop Events. Watch our LMA just last week, run by Terry. Great job explaining how to do all this stuff. And check it out. Fun time, games, custom tables, playing one-shots, doing painting, hanging out, liar's dice, silliness, fan art, 3D printing, and, of course, also Renaissance Festival. You can see the Pickled Pirate, the gaming room here, and the incredible Ren Fest we have just around the corner from our house, literally 10, 15 minutes away from the Blue Box Con. You're not going to want to miss this. If you have not registered yet, I'm going to ask you a question in one moment.
Boom, boom, boom.
13th through 15, register on TTE. We can't wait for you either, Kayla. All right, so if you're watching tonight and you have not yet signed up for BlueBoxCon 2022, or if you're watching and you have not followed, even though many of you have tonight, or if you're a follower who has not yet subbed, or, heaven forbid, if you're a sub whose sub has expired and you have not resubbed, we have one question for you tonight. What are you doing? All right, before we jump right back into the game, I want to say thank you again to all of our fans. We have the 2 giveaways tonight. We have the super cool black Blue Box cap. Not too many of these in the wild. You're going to want this. And we have a lightning source giveaway. Actually, this is a reprint of one of the original, well, I say original, but it's a 5e module compatible with D&D Next rules, Wizards of the Coast play. And this is from Canadian Ancient Gamer, Patrick, who does so much of this to help us. And it's this one right here, The Vault of the Dracolich. It is a gorgeous adventure. This is suitable for players of 4th level. Yeah, like who doesn't fight a Dracolich at 4th level?
Yeah, easy.
But everything on the inside is full color maps. Really fun adventure. This will be our other giveaway tonight as well. Thank you to Canadian Ancient Gamer and to all of our sponsors. So, Josh, I think when we did our initial intros, Terry did a good job of talking about his stream. I don't think we really talked too much about Children of Dirt. Can you just tell us a little bit more? I know you guys were off last night, but do another quick intro for Children of Dirt, and then we'll jump right back into play.
Well, Children of Dirt is a show of D&D nerds on Monday nights from 7:30 p.m. Eastern to about 11:30 p.m. Eastern, or, do the conversion when whatever time zone you're in. It's a lot of fun. It is a low magic campaign. They just defeated, with the entire city's help, this massive evil, this large demon creature that is even itself a lesser entity within its hierarchy. But it's pretty much if you take Castlevania, Vikings, The Witcher, and Dark Souls, and roll it all up into one with me as the DM. You have D&D Imposter as one of the players and Cowboy Hob as the other. And we've got 2 more coming on within this month. So stay tuned and watch, please. I beg you.
Very, very nice. And then, Terry, I know you did talk about it earlier, but anything else you'd like to tell us about your Monday night campaigns?
It's Pathfinder 2E, and we are about 2 sessions in on a new campaign, Menace under Antari, and very excited. Evelyn's a part of it and just picked up a new member. Actually, the owner of the Pathfinder 2E Discord is joining us as our 5th, so very excited about that. And we get back to rolling next week.
Very, very cool. I love it. And I'm really liking PF2E. I've been looking at it quite a bit, and I've been talking to a few folks about it. It's a great system. Of course, essentially what I'm playing is 1E. Pathfinder 3.5 is the core system, but I use all the Pathfinder additional spell slots and skills and modified classes, and I even use Unchained. Now, Terry, for an example, though, he's playing a traditional, what we would call 1E, 2E Barbarian, which we would find in Unearthed Arcana. So it takes him longer to level up, but he's also super cool with some additional abilities. So he's got a longer level time, but additional strength. So everything was not as even in the older systems. It got a little bit nerfed in the newer systems, but I like them all. And in fact, my one shot coming up on February 19th for the charity stream, it's going to be played. Whoops, not that one. This one. It's going to be played in 5e. So it'll be a 5e game on the 19th. Calm down, Josh. Gosh, it'll still be my version of 5e, which means nasty crit tables and horrible player PC deaths. But all right, so. Let's jump back into the game. All right, let me kill that ominous music. We're going to do a couple of sort of vignette segments here, and I'll let you guys run this as you would like. So you're traveling. This is a lengthy road that you're on, and you're passing through. The further you get from the coast, it gets less and less populous. You see fewer and fewer travelers along the road. Even the city, or the town rather, that you're headed to, Ernhand is not a very large town, and it borders along swamplands and the lone heaths to the east. With Roxas now having fallen, the overlord Evid vanishing along with the entire city beneath this magical bubble, it is much more overrun now by all manner of humanoids, brigands, bandits. You have danger along the roads, but commerce still prevails. Everywhere that men are, commerce will prevail. And so the first day coming out of this encounter with these strange creatures, we're going to start there, and then we'll skip ahead as we go. We'll run some random encounters, and we'll give you an opportunity if there's something that you want to do, but we're not going to belabor the travel because this is many days of travel, and we're not going to spend many days role-playing that travel. But let's just come back to where we were as Taldar, Rizia, and Alora have continued to move forward. You hear the stubby steps of an Aho rushing to catch up, along with the newcomer, Rasmus, who comes up behind him, and they hasten to catch up and soon are with the party once more. Any word said, or you just keep walking?
Have any of you noticed anything while we... And I'll look over at Rasmus, legged behind. Nothing? Just silence. That's all you've noticed. Nothing.
Rizia will cast a glance over at Rasmus.
This is just wave.
And this is the incredible role play you get here at Blue Box. No, I'm kidding. No, silence is role play too. Don't. I'm not making. These players are incredible. But if you're just tuning in and you're wondering, this is not awkwardness. This is appropriate role play. Carry on.
She'll turn almost walking backwards. She'll point at her forearm, kind of where she saw that black smoke, and then just look at him, and then turn around and then keep walking.
Rasmus will open his mouth as if like, yeah, and then she'll turn around and be like,
What is that, Rasmus?
She was wondering about the time. I do not have a sundial currently. That's
really
yes.
Sense motive.
Sure, go ahead.
See, deception. What do I got? Come on, baby.
Are you rolling for deception?
Use diplomacy. Go ahead and use diplomacy.
Diplomacy, there we go. Jeez.
What was your roll in Aho?
Well, you know me. I got an 8.
Okay.
All right, then you roleplay it as you wish, Josh.
You believe him. He seems like he's telling the truth.
That is odd. Okay.
Are you this is all like out loud, I can hear it all, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then she'll just turn around ever so slowly just to like look at you one more time and then turn forward again.
And he'll just be smiling and wink at you.
All right, anyone else? All right. Elora, you sense a return of normalcy to the forest and the rocky hills and grasslands around you. It seems like nature slowly falls back into its normal pattern. You pass a couple of straggling strangers along the road. A ragged-looking caravan passes you. You can choose to stop any of these things I mentioned. If not, they just continue along their way. And the first day passes without event. You camp out for another evening. And I'll give you the chance if there's anything in particular you want to do this evening. This is now your second full night outside of Relastra. Otherwise, we're going to move to day 3. Your call, players.
Rasmus would ask to take first watch again if people are willing.
Yeah, and Naho will take it with him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's sitting alone.
Good call.
Rasmus will immediately. Never mind. He's got this. Right? No.
I do believe first watch is the easiest time for someone to sneak up on the group.
That is very dangerous and a good thing to keep an eye out for.
Yes, and a good thing to have 2 people watching. So
of course.
I will join you. Unless you're too scared, you can sleep under my protection.
Like I said, I'm always scared, but I'm more than happy to stay up with you.
Sounds good.
Good night, Lord Taldar. It has been a pleasure.
And you do hear strange howls, sounds of birds, beasts in the night. As Relastra has fallen, there are very few patrols now that move along these roads, and nature has begun to return to the eastern Flyness.
Tell me, Rasmus.
Yes.
With all the things you have seen, why do you hunt this new target of yours?
Rasmus, who's usually, very joking, very jovial, will get serious and just think for a second as he's actually got his long sword on his leg and he's like sharpening it with a whetstone. And you can see this thing's beaten up. This thing has seen some nasty wear and tear. But he's just kind of sliding along the blade, and then he'll stop. And with a rhythmic ticking, he'll kind of hit the blade with the rock. I think the reason that I hunt it because it is a thing of darkness. You already know I am a bit of an odd sort, but to me the world is not black or white, but there are some creatures and some beings within the world that are very dark. They hold the darkness within themselves, and they roll in it, and they devour it. And in such, if they were to keep to themselves, perfect. But darkness never does. It spreads like blood through veins. It infects like a poison. And this creature that I am hunting has hurt others for malicious intents, not for even a biased reason. Just because it wishes to, and I believe it's about time that it is stopped and it is knocked down off of its pedestal.
I see.
Now, do I feel like where I'm at right now is good enough to be able to take it on with the respect that you showed to it? I would assume not, but I'd rather get as much information by tracking it as possible before possibly figuring out the way to fight it.
Have you ever seen a beast larger than you with arms that look like... I don't even know how to explain it. It's so hard to see it when you do. Large, bulging eyes, and a beak bigger than my head, with arms that are not quite arms at all, but they will slash across your stomach in a heartbeat. Have you ever seen creatures of the night like that?
I have seen creatures of the night, and he will think in his monster lore, if you allow him to roll for that, whether he's ever heard of a creature like that.
Please go ahead. Yes.
One.
Yeah, please go ahead and roll.
Using an advantage. Oof. That is going to be, I think, a 16.
And if I guess, I would say what he's describing, no.
No, I have never heard of such a thing.
Well,
interesting, though.
Oh, yes.
Is that what the being I hunt can change into?
Oh no. No. Those are just a pest where he's from. So.
And where is he from?
I don't know exactly. All over, really. It's really hard, like you've seen, to pinpoint him. But generally speaking, Ulrich, Gomel, kind of all down in that area.
DM, do I know much about these areas?
Roll knowledge geography.
Jeez. Don't F me. You actually did F me. Knowledge geography, that would probably be coming from intelligence, so I probably don't have any.
Pretty sure you have some.
I have 0 in intelligence, so that's just going to be a straight 16.
Yeah. But, yeah, plus 0, I mean, you still have intelligence, though. Don't say you have none.
I have the same intelligence as Brim.
Okay. Yeah, you remember, you've heard of these places, but you're not a cartographer. You've not traveled widely across these lands, so they ring a bell, but you don't know specifically where they are.
All I'm saying, Rasmus,
Yes.
is there's a reason I didn't do anything with those nuns. I don't know anything about them other than I don't like them. I faced them once at light in the city, and that was enough. You might want to find a new hobby.
I hear what you are saying, Master Anaho. I do not wish to take on this creature before I am ready, but I will continue to try and get knowledge on it until I am at that point. Or if I die before that point, if it is in the God's sights, John's, then so be it.
And so be it. If the river becomes rapid, hold your breath.
I've actually heard that before. Where did you get that? You from around Nyrond?
Nope.
Where are you from?
Nope.
Another time?
Nope.
Nope.
Denied.
Rasmus will return to sharpening his blade and will be listening out around to see if he notices anything.
Right, looking around, you hear the thank you so much, Pat. Oh my goodness. No, I mean, again, normal nightlife, as I mentioned already, there is a further encroachment of wildlife, but, you know, the fire that you have and a well-armed party of 5, nothing really approaches too close, and the night passes uneventfully. So the next day on the road, you estimate you're now probably about a day outside of the town of Aaronhand, and you notice the landscape flattens a bit, and as it does so, it is clear there are signs of an ancient battlefield here. You can see even now there are areas where bits of ballistas stick up from the ground. There is rusted armor and several holy symbols that have been buried. You can see slopes and rises that would have made this an area for a great battle at one time, perhaps an army passing through here in the shallow valley, and it looks like this happened many decades ago. Everyone go ahead and roll knowledge geography, and Anaho, you're going to take this at a -4. And I'm going to put Taldar at a -2 and Rizia at a -2. I'm going to put Alora at a +2, and I will leave Rasmus at neutral.
That was a natural 20 for Alora.
Oh, shit.
And I actually have a -1 to my modifier, so it's a 21 with the
4.
Yeah, so what was
we don't even need to roll.
Yeah, no.
She'll tell us everything we need to
I
know.
got a 1.
So
I got a 13.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. All right, and Terry, yours?
4.
4.
Or
Nice shiny axe you got there. Taldar.
That's how I roll.
Alora, you and you alone. By the way, Anaho, you are convinced that this was a battle of great merchant houses that occurred here probably 3 to 4 years ago.
Yes.
Alora, you know well, this clearly is the field of the Battle of Tuaga. The Battle of Tuaga is of particular importance to you because druids had come to the aid of elves from the northeast that tried to stop elements of Drax the Undying and the Overlord as they were sweeping across the land. This was a slaughter by the thousands, and many of those allied with nature fell here as both Drax and Ivid overcame their forces. This is a place that is deeply disturbing to you, and you can feel the souls crying from the soil.
DM, I'm going to send you a message in Discord.
Okay. It's still midday. As clouds roll overhead. You don't see a soul on the road. Every once in a while, you do see these artifacts of combat that stick up from the soil. This place feels disturbing. And the sun seems to be moving quickly down the horizon.
It looks like there's some kind of merchant battle here. Do you say we should look around and see what it looks like a few years, but perhaps we find something?
This was not a merchant battle.
Oh, sure. Look
No.
right over.
It was not. This was the site of the Battle of Tuaga. Lots of my people died here. To Drax. I can feel every one of them crying out from the earth. This is not a good place.
My apologies, Alora.
Sensing Alora's distress, Rizia will come over and just kind of place her hand at the small of her back and kind of just guide her out through it as fast as she can.
Okay. All right. You grab her. You start moving her more hastily. Everyone else?
Baldar's going to keep walking forward.
I have that on replay, Terry. I'll just keep playing it the rest of the night. So anyone else?
Rasmus will once again be the quiet, serious Rasmus, and will go over to a certain patch of earth and just put his right hand down on the ground. He'll pour a little bit of water on the spot and then cap it from the vial and put it back, and we'll stand back up. And we'll continue moving forward.
Okay. All right. You press along, hastening Alora, who clearly is disturbed. The battlefield stretches on for miles as the road then flattens. The side.
Are there any particular artifacts? Probably the wrong word, but like symbolic items that are not massive, like just along the path. It sounds like this was a big fight between these groups. Was there any kind of like item, symbols, identifiers? I don't really know what to call them.
Well, I'll just say this. So you now know that this did not happen 2 or 3 years ago. It's clear,
right,
even with your one, that this was decades ago. But right. There has been travel along this road for quite some time. So anything that would be noticeable, identifiable, valuable has already been taken, unless you want to range off the road and go into the hillsides to either side to search more deeply.
Nope.
Okay. All right. You continue to travel along the road, and now we move to the third evening. As the sun begins to set, you can see the land has flattened further. You would guess you're probably still a day's ride from the city, and you already realize the walk, or day's walk rather, that the pace that you're moving at right now, you are not going to get where you are going and back within the 30 days. Traveling afoot is moving far too slow through even with the road that is here. This is a vast distance of land. The hillsides and the rocky outcroppings that interrupt the path and moving along it, it is moving slowly. As the sun falls, you find yourselves on the outskirts of this battlefield, and suddenly it is dark. Only one of the two moons is up this night, the other in a new moon phase, and so the one casts its pale luminance on the path. What do you do?
Lord Taldar, is it possible that we push on a little bit further from the battlefield? It is might not be the best spot to be camped near.
Baldar will look at Rizia. Thoughts?
Rizia's hand still at the small of Alora's back. She's clearly uncomfortable. I don't think we can stay here. And, I mean, time's ticking too, so it's not a bad idea.
Staldar will nod at Rizia. And to nobody in particular will say, we keep moving forward.
All right.
And
Go ahead.
Before she does, she'll just look down at Alora. How are you doing?
I find that I am at great unease.
Well,
I
just
feel
hang.
disconnected from nature almost here. It's just wrong.
And she'll just kind of again, just like, kind of push her a little bit forward, a little faster. All right, let's get out of here then.
All right, you press along the path with the pale luminance of the lone moon along the road. The wind, even in the summer here, seems to grow a bit more chill. There is a pale fog that begins to roll across the ground as though the dead themselves sigh from their graves. As it begins to slowly move across the soil, you feel a sense of unease in this place and a stirring that seems to come from the ground itself. You continue ahead. Everyone, please make a perception check.
In this time, Rasmus would also be holding something up to his nose, rubbing it and just smelling it as they walk, as he looks around.
So 33.
Jeez!
Okay.
Natural 20 with a +8.
Okay, all right. So we'll just stop there.
What?
It is.
Oh, you didn't want to hear my 9?
I was so
I got
excited.
9 too.
I was so excited for my 22. I was like, oh, look at me. I'll just go shoot myself. But
We had
whatever.
some pretty crazy rolls. So, as all of you peer ahead, you see in the fog there are shapes moving. Not quickly.
Laura, do you see that up there?
Yes. The things in the fog ahead.
Yes. Do you feel unsettled by them? I cannot really tell what they are yet.
I felt unsettled by all of this, but yes.
Rasmus will pick up a pebble from the path.
Okay.
Oh, freak. I just saw your message.
Oh, come on, Josh. You're not supposed to say that.
I know, but like it just freaked me out because it killed my train of thought. But he'll pick up a pebble from the path
Cleveland.
and will move close to the group. Get ready, we're about to be attacked. As he's going to throw a pebble towards where the individuals are, or the beings that we saw in front of us. And as he's letting go of it, he's casting light on it.
You cast light. As you throw your rock, you illuminate, and you see ahead there are ambling figures, one clothed in partial flesh that stumbles forward, an eye socket dripping, looks like somehow strangely preserved, as though it has been emulsified in some manner. And you see a skeleton from the other side holding a shield, bones rattling, wandering, ambling. As your light shines in the midst of the road, their attention is drawn to the light, and you see more and more of these shapes begin to emerge from the mist and from the shadow, moving towards you. And we go to initiative. Who's up on initiative?
Toldar when it lasts.
Oh yeah.
You got this, Taldar.
Taldar don't got this.
Oh no.
DM has a 5 on the die.
Taldar's got a 2 because he's tonight.
As these ambling figures, they don't move particularly quickly, so this one closes distance but does not get to you yet. This one, as it steps forward, it opens its mouth and lets out a horrific wailing cry. As it does this, You who are in the back, Anaho, you briefly see that Rasmus covers his ears for just a moment as this scream is let out. This one here from behind pulls out an ancient-looking bow and an arrow, somewhat crooked, not very well crafted at all, moldy feathers on it, and pulls it back, looking straight at Taldar, and we are attacking. All right, Taldar, as the bowstring twangs, and you see this ancient-looking arrow comes splitting through the mist. Remind me of your armor class.
15.
That is a hit. And the second arrow, those are both hits. You take 2 and 1. So the first one catches you in the shoulder. The second one glances off your forearm, doing very little damage. But you hear the bones rattle as more arrows are pulled from the quiver. And then you see more of these creatures begin to emerge around you from the mist. Let's go to the party, and we'll start with you, Taldar. You're in front.
All right. Taldar, where'd the arrows hit me at? What part of my body?
One in the shoulder, one in the forearm. The 2 point was in the shoulder, the 1 point was in the forearm.
Okay. He's going to look at the arrows for a second. And he's going to crick his neck. And he's going to rush at the closest one to him, activating his rage, anger welling up, a ferocity that the members who have been with him long enough, Rizia, has seen multiple times.
Hey, Anaho too?
No, he wasn't with me the longest. Rizzi has been with me the longest. He was not. And he's going to go straight at and attack the closest one he can. And he's going to use advantage.
All right, as you rush forward to the one right in front of you, whoops, that's too loud. As you rush forward to the one right in front of you, you see another one emerging from the mist to your left. Your roll to hit was what?
23.
A 23, that is a hit. And you're using an axe, correct?
Correct.
All right, as your blade bites into the bone, you feel it doesn't quite have the satisfaction that a blade biting into flesh does. That's going to be half damage. Roll your damage, please.
That's going to be, so total is 22, so 11 points of damage.
Half damage is still enough damage. You see bones spray all around. The ancient-looking weapon falls to the ground, and the creature vanishes in a spray of bone. Now we're going to go to Rizia.
Rizia will move forward to the closest skilly boy.
Well, you see there is now one to your right, emerging from the mist here. There is one to your left, closer to Taldar and to Rasmus, and there is the one straight ahead that let out the moan, is the only one that has flesh and seems to be ambling forward.
I will go to the right.
All right. That's only about 10 feet, so that's fine. You can move and attack. You rush toward him. Go ahead.
Yes, I will roll at advantage as well, and I have power attack, just heads up.
Okay.
Okay, where's my weapon? 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, nice.
And you also are using an axe, correct?
Yes.
So same thing. You feel it bite, but man, it's just so much more satisfying when your axe bites into flesh. As it hits the bone, it scrapes and cracks. It's half damage.
8, 9, 10. 17 total.
17 total, and then half that. You slam into it. You lop off the shield arm of the creature. It staggers back, the bones clacking, and the arm falls to the ground. The shield arm is still moving. You see the hand start scrabbling forward towards you as the creature rocks back. It's still barely standing. Now we're going to go to Alora.
Can we zoom out a little bit so I can see the map a little more? She wants to send her Entangle out to catch everything without catching Rizia and Taldar if possible. So everything she can get without catching them.
Well, okay, so you have, if you're looking at the battle map here, the skeleton with the armor, or probably with the bow, is 40, call it 50 feet straight ahead of you.
Okay.
There's another to its slight right, which is 37 feet ahead. But then there's one to your left, which is 16 feet ahead, and one to your right, which is 19 feet ahead. And it looks like there's still some other figures moving in.
I was going to say, what I'll do is I'll center because my range for the spell is 400 plus 40 foot per level, so I can get
range is not, right. So I'm just like direction.
So I'm going to stick it straight on top of that, the bowman right there.
Okay.
And it's a 40-foot radius spread out from him.
Okay, so let's go 40-foot radius. If you do the full 40 feet, that would, so you're gonna you would know you would need to go behind him, because 40-foot radius, that would catch Taldar and Rizia as well.
Yeah, let's do it like that. No, I want to get everything.
So you're gonna do it like that. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that.
Boom. All right. So tell us what happens. Describe the spell and what people see.
Alora will stamp down her staff on the ground, and she'll kind of start muttering some words in Druidic, and she'll just kind of lift her hand as if she's pulling something from the ground, and these vines will come bursting forth from the ground and start wrapping around the feet of everything within there, and it's a reflex save for if they fail to save, they get entangled. If they make their save, they can move, but as normal. But any that remains in the area have to make the save again at the end of their turn. Yeah, so basically just see if they're entangled or not.
Yeah, and if they're entangled, they're flat-footed, they lose dex bonuses, all of those things apply if they fall prey to the entanglement. All right, so the DC on that is again?
16.
A 16 DC, okay.
Reflex.
So I have to roll that for, let me see here, every single one of the creatures. And then I need also Rasmus and Rizia to roll. Anaho, Alora, and wow, Rasmus actually is not in the line of fire.
So
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, did I say Rasmus? I meant I'm sorry, I meant Taldar, not Rasmus.
What are you rolling for? Sorry,
I'm so used to be 16 reflex save, and you suddenly hear vines, and you see these tendrils growing up, as she just described, from the soil all around you.
Roll 19, total 20.
So you've saved.
So you made your save. Okay. I'm rolling for these guys. That's a 16 on the die. So I'm going to mark I'm going to mark the bases of any that are entangled. So the bowman is not entangled. This guy, he is entangled. That's a 6 on the die. And let me remember where to do this. There's a spot. Is it here? Status? No. Hold on.
I think it's GM tools.
Is it GM tools? There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Base color. And we're going to make it green. Where's the green? Here. That shows he's entangled. All right. And then this one, that's a 19 on the die. A very nimble undead. This one, that's a 9 on the die. He is entangled. Oops, GM tools. Yeah, somebody asked earlier in the chat, this is called Tailspire. It is a wicked cool VTT tool, and very easy to work with. And this guy, 5 on the die, he is also entangled. So 3 of them are gripped within the vines as they come up from the ground. And Taldar made his save. And what about Rizia?
Rizia did not.
I rolled a whopping 5.
All right, Rizia.
No!
Whoops, hold on here. Rizia, you are also entangled, so we're going to change your base color. It's a little hard to see in the mist, but I think I've got it. All right, well done.
I would like to also move, because I can move, 10
to 15 feet, depending on the terrain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to close in towards the skeleton that is attacking Rizia right now.
All right.
As well.
All right. So now, if you move right next to it, that'll provoke an attack of opportunity. But if you want,
I don't want to get all the way there. I just want to get closer.
All right. So you close to within 5 feet. So again, here for our viewers and our fans, here is Rizia engaged with this undead creature. These are the skeletons. Clearly, not a tough connection to make. The denizens of this battlefield that haunt the fields at night. Something clearly with the fall of Rox's and the diminishment of patrols and the domain and power of the Overlord Ivid have allowed these undead now to patrol the fields at night and come out in search of the living. Now, let's go to you, Rasmus.
Okay, Rasmus, already having his shield out, will, with his swift action, use Judgment on his blade as he pulls it from the sheath that is entirely wrapped with this thick scroll and odd writing on it. He will pull the blade out, and the blade will be coated in this white-like light. And he's using Judgment, Divine something. Sorry.
Never apologize for judgment.
Smiting.
Yeah. So who are you smiting?
So I'm going straight for the zombie. I don't know if I'll be able to get to him.
Okay, so don't presume you know what it is, but you're going for the one with flesh and the drooping eye socket.
Sorry, yes.
All right. So you move toward the fleshy undead. You smite upon him, and that is
I need to make the reflex save first. As I go into
you're going to move into the... Okay, yes. So make that save, and if you make it, that's a swift action on smite, so you would still get an attack.
Yeah. I'm using one of my advantages. Thank you so much. Who was it that gave it to me?
WikiWik.
Thank you, Wiki. You're freaking amazing.
Thank you, /key.
Just know that Rizzy is watching you and judging you.
You made it.
I get no bonuses, and that is a 16.
Oh, okay. Oh, exactly on the mark. You needed a 16. You got a 16. You feel the power of your smite as there's a training that happens, a training not in the sense of like a honing, if you will, straight in on this creature. As it ambles forward, you see part of its jaw lops down, a long tongue lags out. You nimbly dance through the entwining branches that Alora has cast, which are moving up these vines, and as your holy smite hits, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. As I swing, I will say, it's time for you to rest. Wrong accent. It is time for you to rest, friend. Almost was a 7. It rolled over to a 17. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Okay, so that's a hit. And then not only do you get your hit, when it's your first attack, when you smite, you double your charisma bonus on that damage.
It's different from actual smiting. It's just called smite as part of the judgment.
Oh, okay.
All it does is make the weapon magical with a divine radiance to it.
Okay.
Depending on my alignment.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it is magical, and then what do I deal? I deal 1d8.
Yeah, a longsword's a d8.
D8. Okay, not bad. That's going to be 10 damage.
And again, your longsword normally would be cut in half, but with the smiting dealing magical damage, you feel like it bites deeply into this flesh, does significant damage to the creature, and now we're going to go to Anaho.
That's something.
Oh. Okay. So the crossbowman, I see Taldor, probably going to go left. He likes to bash things. Rizia, Alora probably got the one to the right.
All
Rasmus
reasonable assumptions.
Straight there. So if I look straight down the path at the crossbowman, skeleton or flesh?
Yeah, skeleton.
Crud. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at the skeleton.
Okay.
And my question is, because I can't find this anywhere, but how does sneak attack work?
You sneak and surprise. You come up typically behind, or it can come from shadows, but you're not going to be sneak attacking something straight ahead of you in moonlight here.
Okay.
So that's a 60-foot shot.
It's kind of like in the concept of advantage in 5e. Like when undercover, then the sneak attack applies in this edition.
Undercover or coming from an oblique angle, flanking. Yeah, it's not. You're not going to do a sneak attack from straight ahead of somebody in any kind of moonlight. This is a 51-foot shot. You're using what?
I am using my light crossbow.
Okay. All right, roll to hit.
That will be a 15 to hit.
All right, 15, and I'm going to put at 51 feet. That's going to be at on a light heavy crossbow. That would be nothing. On a light crossbow, that's going to be a -2 at that distance. But that still hits. Roll your damage and cut it in half. You manage to blast your bolt straight into the chest of this skeleton a good 50 feet ahead of you. A very good shot.
So I rolled a 3.
All right.
Is that 1?
To call it 2, we round up. Chunks a piece of bone off the sternum as the creature ambles forward. And now, everyone went, correct? Now we go to initiative. Next round.
It's Vivi's.
Yeah, Vivi. DM has a 3 on the die.
Too much pressure. I have a 3 as well.
Okay.
Roll again.
By the way, if you're new to Blue Box, we do group initiative here just to keep it moving and also make initiative matter more. DM has on the second roll, ooh, not good, a 2. You have a 1?
A 1, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Baby.
Sorry.
Unfortunate.
On to the next.
Well, Rory
The
will
hordes
save
of the
us.
Rory will
undead.
definitely save us with all those high rolls he gets.
The hordes
Wow.
of undead
Done it
roil
before.
through the ground.
Yes.
As they move through the fog. Oh, no, this guy actually, he's stuck. So he gets another save. They get a save every round, right, Vivi? Or Evelyn?
At the end of their round,
Yeah,
and as long as they remain in the
Yeah, they're still in the
vines,
radius.
they still have to make saves as they move through.
So yes, okay. So he's going to try to move through. Yeah, he makes that, and actually he was close, and with Taldar closing in with simultaneous action, that probably would have been an attack anyway. And it does no good. He's slightly off balance as the vines still are grappling his legs. He swings, and his blade bounces harmlessly off your shield. It's almost laughable, the weakness behind the blow. You now, Rasmus, are face to face with this creature as it reaches out with an arm. Your armor class?
Mine, sorry?
No, Rasmus.
Oh, freak. Sorry. That's going to be a 17.
A 17. Oh, that just hits.
No, come on.
Death to Rasmus. Wait, what?
Okay, Rasmus. So while this creature was not grappled, actually it has to make another save this round, but it's still
Yes, because it's still in the.
Yeah, and actually it
Dang
is.
it,
So
we
it
thought that was safe.
failed its save. So as it reaches out, it's barely able. It just scratches your hand. As it scratches your hand, I need you to make a will save DC 15. Will save DC 15. As it scratches your hand, this blackened nail with something dark and squirming beneath it scratches your flesh, and you feel your hand begin to stiffen.
Nope, I'm using another advantage. Here we go. You said will save?
I'm gonna disadvantage you with one of my advantages. Thank you, Mad Chatters, for my advantages.
Okay, I'm going to use my special die, which sometimes really messes me up. But will save. Okay, not the worst, not the best.
John, did you get my message in Zoom?
No, but let me check. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
That is a 21 to save.
Oh, yes, I did get that one. Thank you.
16
Okay,
plus
yeah,
5.
just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, I marked that. Thank you, Vivi. As the creature scratches you and you feel this strange, death-like energy going into your hand, you steel yourself against it, and you feel like the hand of a friend upon you. Not this creature, I'm sorry. Like something else. Like, I don't want to freak out the rest of the players. You
I
feel
was like, you in cahoots with the nuns and the zombies, man.
No. You feel there's an aid, a familiar friend that helps you push through this. Now we're going to go to you, Alora.
Okay, so Alora is going to cast Shillelagh on her staff.
Yeah.
And then she is going to close into melee with this creature.
The vines not only pass away from you, they seem to give you aid and sort of
And I want
press
to
you
flank
forward.
him.
Yes, and so he is totally focused on Rizia. Let me make a quick check here. Yeah. Oblivious to you, not a particularly perceptive being, and even as you have this intent to flank, you feel the vines shielding your path. They form a brief hedge that puts you right behind the creature, obscuring you from its vision. That's only 8 feet of movement. You have a flanking attack as the vines drop away.
Well, I cast Shillelagh, so that was my full action, so that's my action.
All right, and now we go to Rizia. Rizia, you see this strange rippling and movement of the vines around you. You can't tell exactly what's happening, but you suspect it has something to do with Allura. But this skeleton stands in front of you. It's wobbling, but it's got its blade out.
Okay, so I will roll for attack first. I would like to enter a rage, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, now before you attack, wait, before
12.
you attack, can I see your rage? What does it look like when Rizia goes into a rage?
No. I'm going to pull an Anaho and give you a solid no.
Where are you from?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Rizia, super annoyed that she had tried to attack him, his shield dropping, but him not dropping itself. Noticing again, like you say, with the axe not catching bones is not as juicy as catching flesh. And then to be entangled into the rage and caught up in the entanglement, will draw her axe back and just go, and then with a 17, 18, 19 to hit.
All right, so that is a hit, and not only was your rage good, your rage actually clipped your mic out. It was so good. So I'm giving you inspiration on the damage. Add a d6. Add a d6 to that damage, please, and then cut everything in half.
Show me your war face.
8, 9, 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. So cut in half is 12.
All right.
Oh, no, 21. Sorry. Oh, no, wait. Nope. nope. Math. 11.
Stop mathing.
No, 21.
Vivi.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
What's equal to 21?
Vivi, tell me what it looks like.
Ooh.
You see as the vines drop, there is Allura behind. She has a glowing club in her hand, and the vines are just crawling all around her in support.
You said that one hand had fallen down and was like crawling, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So as that hand starts to crawl, she's able to free her leg and like stomps down really hard on that one hand that's crawling. And instead of taking the sharp end of her axe, she takes the butt end and butts it right into the forehead of the skull, knocking it off. Because the cut is not as juicy, so she knock it off.
You splatter the skull. Allura, as you raise your shillelagh, it's as though the divine power of the shillelagh has aided your Rizia, and she shatters the skull of this skeleton as it vanishes. It was an
inspirational vibe.
But in the direction you're facing, Allura, you don't see this, but Rizia, would you please roll d20 and add perception?
No. Okay. Ooh. Plus, what's my perception? 1 second, 15 total?
Yes. 15 total. As the fragments of bone dissipate from your view, the illumination of the strange club that Allura is holding and the wan light of the one pale moon, you see 3 more, 4 more, 5 more of these skeletal creatures ambling down from the hillside behind you. You can hear the clatter of their bones, even over the battle cries and the sounds of combat all around you. None of your compatriots have seen this yet. And with that, we will stop tonight.
Oh, come on!
No! Can I not just be like, there's more coming?
Okay, all right, yes, go ahead.
Send us an email.
Yes, I'll email you.
Go ahead. You can say what you need to say. We'll let you. So as here, let me pull back up the battle.
Actually, I'll just. Whoops. You know what I'll do to keep it a good suspenseful ending? I will just make eyes with Allura.
Ooh, I like that. Allura, as you're standing, you're watching with admiration as fragments of bone shower all around you. and then you see suddenly Rizia's eyes go wide, and she gives you a look that is not knowing, but a look of warning, and she gazes behind you.
And
Laura's gonna turn her head slowly.
And as Alora turns her head, that's where we'll stop tonight. You see these same 5, and actually from your angle, yeah, you see 5 of these creatures that are shambling down from the hillside. And that is where we will stop tonight.
We can take them.
All right. Thank
then
you.
Rizia looks into Laura's eyes and says, "You're my type."
Oh! All right. Awesome. Well done tonight, guys. And obviously, it's a bit of an interesting thing to have overland travel in this fashion, but I think it's been a really good job by all the players. Taldar's roleplay tonight, just incredible. How deeply he gets into character. It is just mesmerizing to watch this man work. He is actually in character. He's doing a great job.
Very in character.
Yeah.
Very in character.
So we have a couple of giveaways tonight. We also have Stream MVP, and we'll do a raid as well. So let's start off with our Stream MVP, and I'm going to do the first giveaway in the Nightbot chat here, and this is going to be for the hat. So let me cancel the old one. 1 second here. Cancel. And
because we're still in combat, our advantages carry over.
Everything carries over. So everything that was given by the chat today carries over to next week, and that is.
And Josh, I'm going to say this out loud so that John remembers. But me and Naho haven't gone this round, and I don't think your character went this round, right?
I haven't either.
So we still have our round to finish before he tries to kill us off with his skeleton.
Yeah.
Before he chooses mud.
Well, don't forget about my other my fleshly undead, whatever that might be.
Oh no, that one's to kill Josh's character.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Come on, leave that to the one.
Why do you think nobody went to it except Josh?
Yeah, I knew my path. That's why Alora's vines opened up in front of him for him to be able to run straight
go
through.
into.
Exactly. Okay, so type exclamation point hat in the chat. Hat in the chat.
Hat in the chat.
I missed it. JR Scribe gave us a follow a bit ago. Thank you for the follow, JR Scribe. And you type exclamation point hat in the chat. That hat will get you this very cool, still got the sticker on it. You might just leave that on there. It looks pretty cool. It's a blue box, the black, the logo on the left side, never worn. It is a snapback, very cool hat. And you'll be one of the few to have one of these in the wild. And then after this, we're going to give away this super cool Vault of the Dracolich module. And full color. Whoops. Thank you to Canadian Ancient Gamer who gave that to us. And this will be our... Whoops, I lost my camera. There we go. Boom. And I want to say again...
A Mystical Unicorn redeemed channel points for a hoodie for Necromantic DM.
Oh, Necromantic DM, congrats. You got a hoodie from Mystical Unicorn. Would you mind jotting that down, Evelyn, to make sure that goes in the giveaway thing so I don't forget it? Thank you so much. And
I'll leave her a note.
Yeah, I think she's typing. I don't think she's engaged right now.
My next character will be even quieter than Taldar. They'll just grunt at each other to communicate.
Yeah, we'll be the.
Because it'll be a barbarian. We've already decided. I'm excited.
We've already decided this. If this character dies, I'm rolling up a barbarian.
We're just a gaggle of barbarians.
I feel like that is extortion against the DM, and don't think I won't take you up on it, and I will then
Murder him.
Murder him.
Quickly before Hoff makes art.
Yeah. All right, so in the chat, exclamation point hat, and we're going to do that giveaway quickly here, and the winner of the hat. And by the way, I want to say this one more time before we get ready to close off tonight. Well, a couple things. One, thank you again, Anna B. Meyer. her lovely map here of Greyhawk. This is a custom version that she made for Greyhawk Awakening. It's got some blue box stuff and some J stuff in it as well. But this is just a gorgeous map. You will find no better map in any of the Flanness. But then, of course, we have our big charity stream coming up February 18th through the 20th. There will be dragons. And I've mentioned we have an all-star cast. We have raised, I mentioned this on Sunday, Jay and I have been doing this for a couple of years now between our joint streams, and I think we've done 2 individual Blue Box streams. We have raised over $30,000 for St. Jude in the last 2.5 years. So these are no small charity streams that we do. These are raising a lot of money to help children. St. Jude is one of the best charities that you could support, and just please mark your calendar for that and be part of it. All right, the winner of the hat is... What does the Nightbot say? The Nightbot says the winner is 2000 Caesar! Let's go, my friend. A long-time viewer, Chris, has been a fantastic supporter of our channel. We will gladly send you this gorgeous hat. Now, let me send up the next Nightbot command, which is we'll put Vault, because it takes too long to type Dracolich. So it's going to be !Vault in the chat. And a reminder, tomorrow night for Lore Masters Arcanum, we have with us Mike Disney, Art of Mike Disney, creator of the Overgord, painter, artist, role player, and just all-around cool guy. He's going to be with us tomorrow night. We have Manda, Mystical Unicorn, who will be with us tomorrow night, and we have Chandler, who plays Markov on our Sunday streams. Yeah. He will be with us tomorrow night. We'll be focusing on mini painting in total, and you've seen Blue Box here. You know we love our VTT, but we love our minis and our terrain as well. And we'll do a broader topic tomorrow night on painting, but we will focus on wet blending and layering. That was what came up in our Discord today as the 2 most popular topics, at least before I went live tonight. If it changed, I'm sorry, but when I looked at it, it was wet blending and layering as the 2 most popular topics, and that will be tomorrow night. We'll be live at 5:30, and don't miss that. !Vault in the chat. Let's quickly go around the room. Tell me why you should be Stream MVP Taldar.
Taldar walked.
Exactly. Thank you for not overplaying it.
He did kill a skeleton too.
He did
kill a skeleton, and he did grunt. And I believe there was at least 1 glare in there. So well done, Taldar. You have William, Lord Fourth, is who you will be rolling for. Let's go to Anaho. Anaho, why should you be Stream MVP?
Nope.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
The RP, the interactions with, wagering a goal to crush Rasmus's arm. So just having fun with that, scouting ahead. Also for eavesdropping on the Son of Darkness. Whatever that might be. And just kind of that continual RP, just chatting and trying to get something out of Rasmus about why he is hunting this creature, and perhaps giving him some useful, unuseful, made-up information.
Yeah, that was very interesting. All right, so tonight you will be rolling for... Dema X, a brand new follower as of last week. Dema X, you are in the giveaway opportunity. If you're still with us, pop in the chat and let us know you're still here. You must be present to win, and I think you are, because I'm pretty sure I just saw you a moment ago. All right, why should Rizia be Stream MVP? There he is. Rizia, why should he be Stream MVP?
Rizia should be Stream MVP for not letting the melons die. Just something small that John had just briefly mentioned, just setting the scene. There happens to be melons there. And now we're at session, 11? It's still going on.
You have insatiably just persisted with that.
They're never going to go away. Just RP with Rasmus's character, being suspicious of him and where he came from, what he's doing. whether testing him, doing some skill testing, seeing how well he can perform, seeing as he has not killed anything in a long time and does not know what he's looking for, or I don't really know what he's doing. Arm wrestling and beating him. Joking with Talder about how we should just accept him because, you know, our team seems to be dropping like flies. Hint, hint, hint. Also, a little fun OOC as well. And just, again, just kind of RP with Alora. Alora had extended a kindness to Rizia, giving her the daisy, so she's now extending that same kindness, noting that she's visibly upset in this area, so she's trying to, like, help her GTFO. And oh yes, and then, you know, getting stuck in some vines and then just being so inspired by Alora's glow and just essence that she was able to just, you know, one of those Skelly boys.
Your rage, your mic clip.
Yes, my right. Oh, yes.
And then snapping the arm on the ground, flipping your axe, crushing the skeleton skull, pulverizing him in a spray of white powder. All well done. And of course.
Oh, and looking deeply into Alora's eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, the final moment. All right, so you will be rolling tonight for...
Oh, can you roll for me? Because I got to go.
Yeah, so I'm going to have I will roll for you, and
okay.
I will be rolling for Josh Iculus. Vivi, have a great night at work tonight. Thank you so much. We love you. Stay warm up there in Canada, my friend.
I will try not to get stuck on my way to work.
Don't hit someone.
Bye, guys.
All right, see ya. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Josh. Why should you be stream MVP tonight, Rasmus?
Rasmus should be stream MVP because he's just trying.
Because he lived through a session. He survived.
He lived through a session, and he actually hit. And thanks to everyone watching who gave me advantages, he survived, and he's actually hit stuff, and he's convinced people of sundials. Crap, like
you turned right from that anachronism so quickly it was almost unnoticeable. Well done.
Yeah, he's just had an uphill battle trying to get in with the group and be a good sport about everything and about helping everyone out. But yeah, just really, really having an uphill battle trying to get that trust built so far. That's why. Which,
look, again, I think we have a lot of mature, and by mature, I don't mean, Gen X. I mean, just role players here. Even in our, we have 23, 24-year-old role players. Look at Chandler, look at Thomas. We've got Gen Z players, but they appreciate the role play aspects of the game. So when I say mature, I'm not referring to age. I'm just saying people who like the game and understand the role play element of the game. And why on earth would someone who approaches you along a dusty road in a place like the Eastern Flaness and the splinters of the Great Kingdom, having emerged from the husk of Relostra, branded with the insignia of Drax, already 3 party members dead, the strange figure that approaches Anaho on the road slightly before that, why on God's green earth would they trust you? That would have been so fake. Go ahead.
I'm just glad for the metagame knowledge of the players at least allowing for Rasmus to come along as much as he has.
Like, what if you were a brand new person to a table and you had no idea? You would feel so outcast.
Jeez.
I would have set you up a little bit better than that. All right, you are rolling tonight for Natasha.
Yay!
I always say Iceland and then I mix it up with Netherlands. It's Netherlands, right? Natasha, is it Iceland? It's Iceland. So I say Netherlands. It is Iceland. It is Iceland.
Yeah,
yes,
Iceland.
Natasha, and yes, Blue Box sends stuff all over the world. So Josh will be rolling for you tonight. And then, last but not least, the poll goes up once the last person has spoken. Why should Elora be stream MVP tonight?
Elora should be stream MVP for giving Rasmus the cold shoulder at the fire after she had given him the begonia in the previous session, stating that she didn't trust him, and continuing not speaking to him, especially after the people that seemed very interested in him called her a heretic I mean, you know, why be buddy with somebody who's apparently friendly relations call you a heretic? And then just from the knowledge of the battle that happened and her reaction to the presence there, and being very off-put by that, and but making it through and trying to help the rest of the party by entangling those creatures, and then trying to help Rizia fight the creature who, because, you know, with the entanglement, the concern there is, you know, being able to help there too. So yeah, that's basically it.
And, you know, this is meta, but if you can't tell, Evelyn was not in her normal form tonight. She's not feeling well. She's had a cough. She's really struggled tonight. And we really appreciate you playing hurt, so to speak. So thank you so much for that, Evelyn. And you will be rolling for tonight. DM 221532, another longtime viewer and friend of our channel. We appreciate so much all of the support, and I'm trying to look back how long. So you have been with us since August of 2020, so a full year and a half. And we just so appreciate your support, and is also a sub. So here we go. Let's do the roll off. The stream MVP is up in the upper right hand corner of your Twitch stream. You can vote for your stream MVP. And as you're voting, let's start with you tonight, Taldar. Tell us who you're rolling for and give us your roll.
Lord Forth. And my roll is 16.
A 16. Very nice. All right. Now let's go to you, Rory.
And I'm rolling for Dema X, and that's a sub, right?
No, a follower.
Follower, okay. So I rolled a 19.
A 19!
All
Let's
night.
go!
All night I rolled like crap, and now I get a 19.
Now
so
you get your first
I
good
saved
roll.
it for you. I saved it for you.
Nicely done. All right, I'm rolling for Josh here, and I'm going to roll on camera. This is Iculus, and I have a 5 and a 3, so that did not get it done. Let's go to Josh.
I'm rolling for Natasha. Here we go, man. Here we go. That is a 14.
Oh, okay, so Dema X is still
Sorry.
in the lead. Now, we have the closer.
Here we are.
She whose dice are feared by all.
Are you gonna roll it for me?
Oh no, the secret weapon. Let's go,
That's even
Esther.
more
Okay,
terrifying.
I'm rolling for DM, or Esther's rolling for DM 221532.
Oh, jeez.
She rolled a 4.
Oh, let's go, Dema X. All right, Dema X, congratulations. You're our winner tonight. Now, I need you for this guide. Go onto our Discord. Our Discord will pop up here. If you're not in our Discord, you should be anyway. Our Discord is popping every single day. We have fan chat in there. We have OOC channels. We have 3D printing and painting channels. We have role play channels. We have sponsor channels. We have Friday Night Crusades with Phantom NJ Robert running Castles and Crusades from our sponsor Troll Lord Games. We have there's all kinds of fun stuff. But you join our Discord. It's in the chat. And then you DM me. I'm BlueBox in the Discord. I need your name and mailing address, and then I will send this out to you this week. I've got a couple other giveaways from last week that we need to get out. Those will all go out by Friday. All giveaways going out this week. So again, as we close, I want to say thank you so much to all of our fans. Thank you for all the support. There's still time to vote for Stream MVP. And Rasmus, oh, it's close. 8765. This is one of our closest votes ever. Jump in there, vote for your favorite. I see some sympathy happening in the chat here.
It's tied.
Is it tied? Is it tied?
Amazing.
Right at the end. I shouldn't have told people you were sick. That probably was an unfair tilt in your direction.
I mean, that means you're level 2 now, right?
How much XP is it?
So you get,
1,000.
so I bumped it to 1,000. That's going to get you, because you're outside the city now, and
I'm
you
so
guys are
close.
dropping like flies.
Not quite there.
Do you have any advantage you can convert instead of carrying it over?
Well, I owe you guys XP anyway, so I'll get you XP out before the next session.
Yes,
and,
you do.
Yeah. Stop. It's only been a couple of weeks. Stop
Thank
that. But
I mean, Rasmus is going to be getting a ton of XP.
she did, Rob. She won by a sniffle. Exactly. Thank you again, Patrick and Ancient Gamer for this as well. And join us tomorrow night for our Lore Masters Arcanum stream with Mike, Chandler, and Amanda. And I'm going to get ready to raid. As I get ready to raid, I had another poll I was going to ask, but I'll save it for next week. Thank you for helping us we're getting close again to 200 subs. Our followers are growing like crazy. Just the support from the community has been insane. We are super, super grateful. And tonight, I see a few of our friends. Anyone have a recommendation on who we should raid? I see them.
Careful Cantrip. There's Loot Die Repeat.
I see Loot Die Repeat. We like them. We like Careful Cantrip, Level Up, D&D. Any recommendations? The Games Tavern, Kayla said. I've never seen them.
Yeah, they're great. Legends of Advantress.
Thank you, Patrick. I do like Loot Die Repeat too, but maybe someone new tonight. The Games Tavern.
There's also, if you've heard of them, they changed the name, but Paradise RPG used to be. Now it's Paradise PROG.
Yes, I know the folks at Paradise too. I like them. Let's give some love to somebody new tonight. So the Games Tavern, they've got 21 folks. We're going to raid them with a nice rate of 50 to 60. Everybody say hi to them from... Oh, I remember what I was going to say. We have brand new emotes. I know we got some last week. We got more new emotes, and we now have animated emotes. Those will be up by tomorrow night. Those got unlocked for us here at Blue Box, and Taryn and Mike Disney gave us some custom animated emotes to put up on our stream. Those will be here tomorrow night. So we're raiding the Games Tavern here in just a few seconds. Any final words from our amazing players? Or Esther? Esther wants to say something.
No amazing words left.
No amazing words left.
No.
You used them all up tonight?
They were all left on the table.
All right, rating with 52. Blue Box says good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
See you guys.